like I don't know. Okay, so a new video has started. So I don't know um how to take that with I don't have the guts to try to call him or talk to him. And he said, "Oh well, I'm willing to move to Florida and by you and stuff like that, and I'm willing to reconnect, and I've changed a lot and stuff like that, but I would hate to have hate to have his mom as a mother-in-law, because I mean she had vicious. I only met her one time, and that was after me and him broke up. And so the woman was, a midget in height, but her words were so cruel and harsh towards me. After I busted Alex, the fact that he was cheating on me, and then, you know, and he felt very insecure, so tried to overcompensate by trying to act like he thought he was better than me. And so the woman had such a strong attitude that I really think that she was racist. So the woman really hated me, and he probably put stuff in her head about me. And the first time I ever met her, was when me and Alex broke up. So then, you know, because Alex never did much. Alex never did shit for me, and he was very stingy. He knew I was homeless, and me. He didn't even want to. He didn't spend not a doggone penny on me. And the food in the house, the couple of times that I came over to visit, it seemed like he only wanted me over for sex. And then, if I was hungry around lunchtime and wanted to or needed to eat, then he would fix himself like a big, huge plate of food while feeding me like crumbs and be very stingy. You know. And right now, I'm too broken and emotionally fragile to, deal with a relationship and having people play too many games and stuff like that, you know. And so I don't even know if they try to if the the gang stalking network wanted to attempt to send him back in my life to try to be my handler. But back then, he was never my handler, or he never acted like really a handler or anything like that. And our visits were pretty much occasional. And then the only time he called me up every 2 weeks when he was horny. But he was very, immature, but thought in his own mind that he thought he was mature. So, I mean, some people say once a narc, always a narc. But, he acted pretty narcissistic. And then after we broke up, me and him had like a heated... The first time we ever argued was after we broke up. And, I don't like it when guys want to act overly affectionate in public and coerce that onto me. And, I don't really like to be I don't like to be affectionate in public, But when he first saw me, the first thing he wanted to do was tongue kiss me. And I'm like, wait a minute, first we got to get to know each other, at least, But, but that was the only time I had any relationship with somebody, for a long 6 months. That was long term, because any other boyfriend was Paul Mathern in junior high, once in junior high, and then we tried again in high school. And the longest it would be like 1 or 2 weeks to date. Or I would be in junior high and they would have like a potential boyfriend, and the other kids at school would put, if they found out we were gonna date, then 3 minutes later the boy would decide that he would not want to date me, because other kids put stuff in his head and say, well, don't date her or whatever and stuff like that. So, but anyway, the ex-boyfriend Alex, what he did was, after me and him broke up, he took and got a white girl named Heather. He dated her, and it's like he got her pregnant at his soonest opportunity. He left me for her, and got her pregnant at his soonest opportunity. But he didn't want to make no babies with me. He didn't want to marry me. And I think one time I tried to cook for him, and he acted like he didn't appreciate my food or thought it was nasty or whatever, on purpose, just to be cruel. But he was too ashamed to let me meet his mom, and his mom did not like me. His mom hated me, and saw, first time ever seeing me, because he would sneak me into the house, when she would be gone to work. And so Alex was going to school for criminal justice and stuff like that. And it seemed like when I saw his LinkedIn or something last year, at the beginning of last year somewhere, it don't seem like as if he's, successfully in his career field. And so, I don't, as I said, he probably gonna be mad that I did a doggone video about this, but I don't know. He probably did change. I don't know, but he probably did change. I do not know, because we were young at that time. I was 23 and he was 19. So, and it's like in New York, everybody, all the guys, they waited till after I got with Alex, and then everybody sexually wanted me. And it's like, well, what the hell? Is it a New York thing, or is it because I have a boyfriend? And it's like, Alex was like, well, Dave, I'll say it like this. If Alex, well, David Jane was like a mentally slow version of Alex, but nothing sexual happened between me and David. And David was not a boyfriend. He was just a friend. But David Jane, he talked and looked just like Alex Mendez. And I even used to tell David, I said, you look just like my ex-boyfriend, Alex. But David, I never dated or had sex with David, or, I never got intimate with him or anything like that. And I never even really fantasized about David either, So, there's some more things I would like to say that I can't really say on here. Of my certain hesitation to try to get back into a relationship with Alex and stuff. So I guess, but I mean, as of now, I feel like I don't want to date anybody right now, because I'm sitting here thinking, if he would have acted right as a boyfriend, he probably could have helped pull me out of that my homeless shelter situation, and we probably could have moved somewhere else and got a place together, settled down, got married, had kids. But even my family members, if they got a hold of him, and he even admitted to me that my twin sister puts, and my brother Wyatt, that they put stuff in his head and try to turn him against me. And then next thing you know, girls were calling me up or texting me or contacting me through MySpace and said, well, Alex he been cheating on you the whole time and stuff like this. Random strangers, like these females, saying that you know he been cheating, and he was, because he had. I don't want to sound graphic, but one time he had, yellow crust on his what, and then it wanted to do what with me, and then and then I didn't even realize that he did something with a girl earlier, and I was too blind to notice, and I didn't know the truth about things, and I was still on those psychiatric medications and stuff like that. So I couldn't even connect, too blind to even connect dots and stuff like of what's really going on. But Alex cheating on me, in combination with the roommate pulling knives on me in Brooklyn, and a lot of other stuff going on, which was what contributed to my 2007 suicide attempt. And then I had to, after the suicide attempt, that I ended up in a mental hospital. And then the only way I was able to get out, I could have got, they were trying to kill me they were trying to kill everybody black up in that doggone mental hospital. And then the black people were the main people working there. They have these African and Caribbean people working there, like the nurses and what do you call the mental hospital techs, who would administer the shots. They were obnoxious, loud Jamaicans. And, with my hypersensitive ear condition, New York is not the place for me. I need some place, quiet, The only thing I like about New York was the subway trains and the Mexican tamales. Other than that, and I was a diehard Aaliyah fan. So, but now I've moved on away from that, and I didn't realize spiritually how that could have harmed me. For me, that time, one time that I went to go to see her grave site, at one of those twice a year. It was for her birthday in 2007. I went to go see Aaliyah's grave site. And they were all, the stage was set for them to perp me over there too. Everybody looked at me like I was strange, or like some alien from outer space, like I didn't belong there. But they can have people from Ireland go there, but I'm American, and have quite in common with Aaliyah, being, black female, well, she was born in a late, she was born in the late 70s, but I was born in the early 80s, but we were kind of somewhat close in age. But, well, I don't know about the gender thing anymore, because I hear about the celebrities being tranny. So, if they're supposed to be transgender, then, then that's one less thing I guess we have in common, But see, I'm just trying to scratch this dandruff on the side of my, my head. But anyway, so I don't want to feel still bitter, about about the way Alex dogged me out so many years ago. But I don't know if he is connected or has anything to do with the gang stalking, but he damn sure he wasn't my handler, but back then, but he acted like a perp back then. But they had this light-skinned Muslim guy in New York who tried to force me to date him, tried to force me to date him. And it's like, no, I already have a boyfriend. And me calling myself being faithful to Alex and turning everybody down just to be with Alex. And I thought he was the one. But all these random rapes that I've had in the past, I didn't realize that it was me being a target, MK Ultra targeted individual who being sex trafficked. All the random rapes, including the one by the Freemason. So, but it seemed like as if they would rape me and take advantage of me and get my hopes up and give all these false promises, and then immediately after the rape, then like they would juice my head up before the rape, and swell my head up with these fake feel good things, and then rape and take advantage of me, and then you know and then I never see or hear from them again. And I didn't realize, and then I was get blamed and shamed for it each and every time by narcissistic women. So, and they were probably perps who were blaming and shaming me for being a victim of rape. But narcissistic people, they're ignorant to this MK Ultra thing, or sex trafficking and stuff like that, or human trafficking. Like this other, professed targeted individual, when I told him about, the rape from the Freemason guy, he said that the Freemason guy raped me because he said, well, he raped you because he sex trafficked you, and it was probably filmed the whole time. So, he said it was that he raped me, and as a form to sex traffic me, and then probably secretly filmed me without my knowledge the whole time, and then had me put on a dark web. So, the narcissistic people, and plus Cat Williams, the comedian, I saw him saying this about the Bill Cosby thing. It triggered me when he said you can only get raped once, and after that you put yourself in a position. And the foster mom herself told me that one time, and other, narcissistic women have told me you can only get raped once, and after that you're no longer a victim, or you should have learned your lesson, or you put yourself in a position to allow yourself to get raped and you're not a victim. So, and then they will make the false reputation that I'm a whore. But nobody comes up in here. In this motel room, nobody come up in here. I don't have no company, So, I mean, I don't even be going out like that. But say, for example, if I needed to go, say, for example, if I had a permanent roof over my head, and needed to pay a bill, and then like on the way coming back, it might be a guy who would be like a potential rapist that will, be on the transit bus with me, and then follow me home and take advantage of me and stuff, for example, So I don't even have freedom like that to go to the beach like I used to be able to in Los Angeles. I mean, here it's closer, but kind of difficult. The way the transportation thing is set up, it's kind of difficult for me to get easy way to go to the beach. Because being disabled, I used to get to ride the buses for free in Los Angeles with the disabled access card. So, if you got a paratransit card, bus card, which I can't, I'm banned from riding the buses here anyway, period. So, if you pay, here in Pensacola, my disabled card is gone. and so, with that small little transportation, that fixed route transportation. No, I'm sorry, not fixed route. The other transportation. It's supposedly not connected with ECAT. And so we couldn't ride the ECAT buses for free. But with the paratransit, um, you had the, I don't remember how much it would cost, like $2 or $3 to take the paratransit one way. And the paratransit people come when they feel like it. And you know, I showed y'all that ITL Solutions van last weekend. Um, that man was a perp. So they will freaking come, take longer than the cabs to come, and the cabs take forever to come. So, the cabs, they come late and come when they feel like it. But then when you're not on time, you know, they try to make it like you're blacklisted from ever riding that cab service again, with certain cab companies and stuff like that. You know. But the moment they hit you with the directed energy weapons, and you try to make you have to all of a sudden go pee, and then the cab comes and you miss your cab, and then you end up, say for example, getting blacklisted, or that specific driver feel like they don't want to ever pick you up again or service you again, and then you having to go pee, they'll say it's no excuse. So but I didn't get to do any writing last night or yesterday evening, but I was just spending time thinking about things and reflecting on things and stuff like that. And I would like to get to write today, but I'm scared because I guess I got 8 more days to be here, but I don't know if people mind for me to continue to ask for donations and help to get to stay here longer, because that's what the majority of my money had been used for, the tax refund money. So it is not, it's just about gone. The tax refund money is just about gone. So it's like I don't want to wait until next all the way next Thursday or next Friday at the last minute to be asking for donations or help to get to stay here longer. But my information is always in the description box of all of my videos, and even though PayPal and Cash App is the quickest way I can get the money, I put up the new fundraiser, and I don't know how long or how much, I didn't get any donations yet. And so yeah, back to the GoFundMe thing. That so-called prohibited conduct was the perps falsely reporting me for scam and fraud, and so now I can't even get that reinstated. So I got the other fundraiser, but I think it would be like buried like a needle in a haystack, that nobody would, they probably have the new fundraiser. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get that shadow banned or something, and especially with me exposing the truth. I ain't the only one speaking the truth, but how come other targeted individuals can have a GoFundMe but not me? So my storage space might be running out on this phone. So after these get done uploading, then I might have some more talking to do. But for now, I'll see y'all later.